Here we go again, talking about Tiger King. I'm going to do it a little bit more in depth. I feel the need to talk more in depth about the legal aspects. I don't want to call it legal. The criminal aspects, could be more specific, I'm not a lawyer, of this case. This is typically my deduction, let's call it that, my deduction of observation of as a person who watched a lot of Detective Conan. If I were to be, if this was an enemy, I would deduce that this man's obviously guilty of a lot of crimes. Let's talk about the arson case. I'm going to jump right into it. There are certain things that I talked about in the review that said they're all stupid, idiotic, and dumb. But that's taking it about, if you take it at face, the document at face value, but after listening to more research about it, turns out that it didn't. When watching, let me go back and say, when I watched it, something of their claim didn't make sense. They were saying how Miss Baskins was passing her inspection while they were failing, maybe because she had better, her condition was as dilapidated as they were making it seem. That might be a thing. I mean, it don't make sense. You think she got that kind of pull to be bribing federal agents every year? That's against not only is that illegal to do, it get the agents or whoever does the inspection in trouble. No. Okay, bringing them on. Number two, their claim didn't make much sense. They just speculating without no evidence. No hard evidence, that is. There's no evidence of what they were saying or claiming. Speaking of, Carol Baskin is the center of all this nonsense. I'm not saying she's totally innocent. No, she's a bit of a douchebag by default. She got her own problems, but let me tell you, this guy, Joe Exotic, caused his own problems. He was never on the up and up. Nobody he works with was on the up and up. Nobody that around him was on the up and up. He's around about a bunch of criminals and convicts, ex-cons. They might be decent people, but they're still ex-cons. You're taking the word ex-convicts who are not really doing the right thing. They're trying to do the right, but don't always do it the right thing. They all the time over them always do it. They try to paint. Let me tell you, this documentary tried to paint this dude as he's not really abusing animals by showing pretty much vaguely healthy tigers at first. They try to paint in a good light, if you're an average person not knowing the daggone thing, you would think, well, what harm is he doing to the animals at first? First big chunk of the documentary, you're not going to go in there thinking, oh, he's abusing animals. He looks like he just has a whole bunch of animals, but that should have been a red flag right there. You should have been asking yourself, how the heck is he feeding all these damn animals? He has way more animals than he can possibly take care of properly. There's no way that man is taking care of all these animals with that small group of people. He has more tigers in one location than anybody has ever. They all stuck in one pen, and you know how tigers are. They don't travel in packs for a reason. Okay, time you see a tiger in the wild with another tiger is for mating. They don't freaking be hanging out like that, like second cousins. Okay, that's not what they do. That's not their nature. They're very isolated characters. But this is captivity. So, that being said, let's go about the. Now, there's one particular thing. Let's talk about the lawsuit. Now, I'm not going to get the lawsuit itself because we all know he was guilty of that. That was his dumb, stupid self decided to rip off their logo and think he gonna get away with that nonsense. I think he knew he was gonna get away with that. So therefore, he gonna bear the burden of that stupidity he was doing. I don't feel sorry for this dummy. I did hear about him vaguely, but I didn't think they want to make a documentary about this idiot. I mean, This dude is really dumb. Okay, let's talk about that Orson thing. I have to talk about that. That's been digging in my brain cells for like. The people only want to know who set the arson fire. Nobody really knows, but you gotta ask yourself who benefited the most from that fire. And people want like Joe would like you believe Miss Baskin set his house, his thing on fire, which makes absolutely no freaking sense for her to do that. It makes no sense. Why would what benefit would she have for burning down his studio with alligators in it? That don't sound like something she would do. Because she loves animals so much, why would she burn down a studio with alligators in it? Makes no sense. The only one who benefits from the outcome is Joe himself. You gotta think about the timing of this arson. At the time he was being sued and lost, and they were about to seize his stuff, and all of a sudden this fire just so happens to happen. Right. Call me a conspiracy theory, but something ain't adding up. His studio just so happens to catch on fire the day after he discusses what's he going to do about his assets. Just so happens his studio just burns down to the ground with all the alligators in it. Just so the same, not too long after that, Carol Baskin is going to destroy her own property, destroy property that she can't collect now. But that makes no freaking sense. Wouldn't have been what his reason it makes no freaking sense. Like, you cause your own demise, my friend. Well, I can call you my friend. Why I'm calling you dummy? If you would have just threw in the yellow white flag earlier, you probably would have been fine. But no, you wanted to go to war and get lost. That's like a king going to war. You ain't got enough men to fight the battle. You ain't got no money to win the war. You go into battle with? Why are you picking a fight with the richest country in the East and you broke? Makes no freaking sense. Everybody around you laughing at you because you couldn't finish. Stupid. Not only that, trying to run for president using illegal ways. Illegal means embezzling from your own company to run a campaign for your own crap. Your boyfriend commits suicide, accidentally shoots himself because he's also a dummy. You tricking people into your lifestyle because they are hooked on drugs. Typically straight people. Yeah, that makes no typical sense. I think the documentary, I'm trying to figure out the purpose of, what's the purpose of this documentary? You're losing me, because it surely didn't help tigers. It didn't spread no awareness about tiger abuse. This documentary is just it's pointless. It's technically a documentary news article. Did Carol Baskin kill her husband? We don't know. Sound like he might have been an old person who suffered bipolar delusional disorder. Those people who just up and leaves the house and disappears, and you find him on the street, go to homeless, and he says, "Wait, aren't you that guy that went missing way back in?" I mean, you see the movies. Person had bipolar. Maybe if he was this mentally unstable, he probably made up all the stuff about him being in his life being in danger because his mind ain't right. The truth is in the pudding. Who got punished and who didn't? Joe got the only one who went to jail. Only one went to jail because he was guilty. And you want me to take the word of a ex-convict now? What? You want me to side with a jailbird? Someone who was tried and found guilty by 12 members of his own peers. Trying to say I was innocent. Really, so it wasn't you that killed those tigers, even though you admitted to killing the tigers. Oh, it was some other guy named Joe Exotic who ran the zoo. It was some other guy who was mistreating tigers. It was some other person who tried to get a person killed. Because he couldn't get up his hate boner for a particular person. I don't even understand. And on the other side of things, Karen Bass never really elaborated on why she thinks certain things is abuse. Cub petting. It's not like he's going to throw it back in the wild. I mean, even if he makes DK contact with a tiger, not going to be running around in the streets of LA. I mean, that would be a problem if it was a wild animal that's going to be planned on releasing out in the wild. Yeah, the breeding problem might be a problematic because you're just increasing the population of captive tigers and not ones in the wild. And the argument I tend to either that he probably really didn't really care about them, and he only cared about what money it could make for him. But at the same time, I also disagree with it. I'm like 50-50 on that. I don't think that's really true. I think, and most of the way he did sort of care, but he was so busy focusing on his beef with Carol Baskins and all that nonsense. God, he didn't really care about the animal. I don't really think he cared about the animals if you think about it. If one little thing could get you sidetracked from taking care of your animals, then you didn't really care about your animals. You've been doing all kinds of illegal stuff, feeding your employees expired food. That's a violation of FDA rules right there in OSHA. Food and safety violations. Because you too cheap. Pay your plate workers enough food to feed themselves. I mean, this is crazy. See, this is crazy. But that's all I wanted to say. Check out my other Tiger King videos. But this man here is insane. He wrote a letter to Trump asking for a pardon. And he's gonna now get rid of yourself. I mean, it seems like all you have to do is like mention his name and he's going to do it. How you know? Did he do it? No. Okay, then let's wait and see. Okay, first of all, I don't think he's really going to do it. Trump's not going to pardon this man. They just these media think Trump is dumb. They know dang well he ain't gonna pardon that dude, because he knows exactly what they're gonna do if he do. So, oh my goodness, no, he ain't that dumb. I mean, he might common sense wouldn't do that nonsense. Like, if they hadn't brought it up, he still wouldn't have done it. Like, they had no intention. He had no real intention on really giving him a party. The media brought it up because they trying to bait him to do it. You know the game, they trying to bait him to do it. So when he do it, they say, oh, he's letting all the crazy people out of jail. Even though they're letting all the crazy people out of jail. But speaking, he got all these. They're trying to get, in California, they were almost about to let a serial killer on the streets because of COVID-19. But they worried about Tiger King getting out of jail. Like, and the worst crime he committed is trying to get a person killed. Well, I guess that's bad, but technically he ain't going around trying to get a whole bunch of people killed. He just don't get on his bad side. But the fact of the matter is, and mistreating the animals way worse than trying to kill than a serial killer. I mean, I didn't know animal abuse was way worse than a serial killer getting out of jail. Like, somebody tell me how that makes sense. I don't think he should serve his time like normal people. He put himself in this situation. Nobody else put him in that situation but himself. If he wasn't so busy being pig-headed and stubborn, and he wouldn't be in the situation he found himself in now. So I don't think he should get pardoned. I don't think anybody on the right would agree with him getting a pardon if they knew of the story. I mean, he's not innocent like he's trying to claim himself to be. He's not nowhere near innocent. It comes to be like a crybaby, like, why is I'm not the only one in it? Everybody else was doing the same thing I'm doing, and blah, blah, blah. No, dude. Yeah, because they didn't get caught. You the only one dumbing your attention to yourself. You the one over there going to war with somebody. You the only one got yourself in trouble. My biggest problem with the documentary is the way it's painted. Trying to get you to decide when Tiger King, which you shouldn't. They're leaving a lot of stuff out. Especially the reason why they kept failing the test, failing the inspection. They left that out. I could probably guarantee you there's 1,000 reasons why they freaking failed the inspection. And the thing is, the way they set it up has very good rules and technically speak standards, and very high, especially when you have wild animals. Any violation would fail you. So any severe violation would fail you automatically. And they probably were in violation of that if you saw how the pins look. I mean, of course they tried to paint Carol Bassett as the exact same condition, but what they failed to realize is like a few scenes later they're flying over her compound. They said if it was that small and confined, why you would take a helicopter over her compound to get to her compound? So that tells me you're lying and you're a liar. So technically speaking, it just didn't make sense. And somebody brought it up in another video, but they didn't really need to bring it. Okay, yeah, they did need to bring that up. That indiscrepancy in his story that made no sense. Another thing that didn't make no sense, he claiming that her pen is just as bad when you had to take a helicopter just to get to it. I mean, it looked like it was very, very thick, very wide and broad area. They probably showed the smallest pens they could find and as evidence that her place was just as bad. And they kept hearing, oh, she's talking about us, but she's doing the same thing. Yeah. If you think about it, no, she's not. The volunteers, they called volunteers for a reason, because they voluntarily came on their own volition to work for free. That's technically what they did. Now, technically, there is some limits to that. I mean, they can't make them stay for 50 hours. Volunteers are volunteering their time. That doesn't mean that the owner can tell them what to do. I mean, yeah, they can. No, they can't. They're not their boss. They're volunteering. So they can quit, stop working, whatever they feel like, and leave. So they, technically speaking, they can do what the heck they want because they're just volunteering their time. That's why they call it volunteer work. You can come and volunteer, help out a little bit, and leave. That's how volunteering works. I don't think any of the people there, if they thought that she was abusing Anna, would be supporting her. So she's been around for a long time. So if she was doing anything illegal, to freaking people be on down her throat in a heartbeat. So that makes no sense. She's not doing what they're exactly doing anymore. She might have used to be one of those tiger breeders or wildlife breeders. It might have used to be. It's possible she could have been the same as them, but decided to change her lifestyle, change the way she does business, and stop doing most of that stuff and focus on actually helping the wildlife. Doesn't mean she gets to be judged for what she used to do. Bum, 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 bum. Anyway, that's my take on the Tiger King Part 2. I investing. Like, if you really want to know the legal aspects, look up lawyer. Man, I keep forgetting that man's name. Let me look that up for a minute because I just watched this dang whole thing. I'll give him my shout out because he mainly is the reason why I did this video. Where is it? Legal Eagle, yeah. Legal Eagle's video about Tiger King and laws broken. If you want to know more about that, he does a really good commentary on it. I bet you he's just as sick of this crap as everybody else is. That's probably the only video I do on Tiger King. I usually don't do one review, but I really needed to talk about it. I do find it more interesting. I'm not bothered by, I'm not saying not bothered by the animal beach because I am, but I'm not. Here's my wise point of the day. How are you going to change anything if you don't want to talk about it? It was so quick to get outraged and get in their feelings because somebody's talking about something bad that makes them uncomfortable. But how are you going to change anything if you don't want to talk about things that make you uncomfortable? It's not going to change. Remember that. You gotta be willing to talk about things that make you uncomfortable in order for things to change. It's the of gaming and reviews. Peace. Make that like button, that thumbs up button, subscribe, share the video, share and whatnot. The of gaming signing out.